And a little behind-the-scenes action. The team preparing for perhaps its biggest game of the season so far. Right here on 2K Sports. Game 4 of the Western Conference Semifinals set to go. Welcome, fans, to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, excited to share the broadcast table tonight with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we'll hear from Allie LaForce on the sideline. And like everyone else, GA, I'm looking forward to the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, we have a pair of the best centers in the NBA. Points in the paint will be a key number tonight.
Now, here's Fox. Gobert with the block.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending it.
Edwards passes to Conley. Edwards with the screen for Conley. No good with the triple. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. Wembanyama, a screen on Conley. Fox, no good.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Fox with the steal. And here's Vassell from the arc. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And here are the Timberwolves. They come off the loss on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
They played pretty solid basketball, but a few miscues is all it takes to turn a win into a loss, especially against a good team.
San Antonio shooting their first free throws of the game right now. And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And Craig, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
Here's Castle after the basket by Minnesota. A pass to Fox. Beyond the arc. San Antonio again missing. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Randle outside. Out to Conley. Lets it go from deep. Randle no good. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Fox against Edwards. Fox, no good.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. Coach said they need to stop Fox from dribble driving as he can dismantle a defense if he gets inside. He told me the problem with Fox is he's just so fast. You can't slow him down with just one guy. So coach wants his help defenders alert and within range to help when needed. Back to you guys.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. The Spurs with the lead. Got a piece of it. Wembanyama. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Now here's Randle. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. To the inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Look at Fox fearlessly going inside, hunting for a higher percentage look.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Castle. Inside. And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Here's Randall. Another miss by Minnesota. Outside, Fox. Pass to Vassell. Randall against Wembanyama. Off target with the jump hook. Now here's Randall. Guarded closer. Shoots over Fox. Randall no good. San Antonio leading by 6. Castle finds Fox. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
The defense comes at Fox hard, but he's ready for it. He knows how to stay agile and nimble inside.
Conley sets a screen for Edwards. Over Castle. Edwards, no good. San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Outside, Fox. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Pass to Champagnie. Count it. Wembanyama's got 6 points.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
On the wrong side of a scoring run here, we might see a lineup change. I'll be pretty curious.
Barnes, he's checked in for San Antonio. Here's McDaniels. Back to Randall. Pass to Edwards. Over Castle. And there's Edwards on the assist from Conley.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And Benyama with it. Defended by Gobert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's the free fly. Wembanyama gets the bucket. Wembanyama's got 9.
Sometimes you watch Wembanyama and think this guy is a cheat code, hitting threes at well over 7 feet tall.
Offensive rebound. Spurs leading by 11. Here's Champagnie. Wembanyama outside. Gobert with the block. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Here's Wembanyama. 9 points in the game so far.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop him.
Edwards against Castle. Edwards inside. Gobert finds Edwards. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
And Gobert knows his role on this team. Rebound, block shots, and look to score near the basket.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for San Antonio?
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Some changes for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Julius Randle. And it's Dosunmu in for Mike Conley. The Spurs also with the sub. Harper's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Here's Fox. He's got 6. Outside Harper. Spurs working the ball around now. Wembanyama, right side. 5 to shoot. Over Gobert. Wembanyama, no good. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 10. Edwards looking it over. Gobert the pass to Reed. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. San Antonio's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And now Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks. Anthony Edwards is truly a superstar on the rise. He said, quote, "People forget how young I am. I'm not even touching my prime yet. I'm just trying to get more efficient as every year goes by." Back to you, Kevin.
Yep, a star on the rise. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Now, here's Dosunmu. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
RJ, you and I talk to people around the league, and there's a lot of chatter about Ayo Dosunmu.
Yeah, you can't deny Ayo's speed and shooting ability. And as he's progressed, he's become much better at reading defenses.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Anderson, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. And Bones Island subbed in for Edwards. Spurs leading by 7. Outside, Fox. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That'll be his second foul of the game. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. The Spurs making a switch here. Fox against Highland. Reed with a screen on Fox. Shot clock at 6. Here's Highland. Off target with his 3.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Hey, look, I like this aggressiveness from Barnes. Making a play, keeping it simple.
It's his first trip to the line. First free throw is good. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Shannon's checked in. Barnes hits them both. Timberwolves trail by 9. Now Highland. Reed with a screen on Barnes. Shannon, a three-pointer, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Castle with it, defended by Dosunmu. And the basket by Castle.
A bigger guard, 6'6" Castle can just overwhelm defenders. Impressive for his age.
Reed with a screen on Castle. The tray. Johnson with the rebound.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
A pass to Fox. There's 1:26 left to play in the first quarter. And Cornette gets it to go.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Now, here's Clark. Hasn't made one yet.
Clearly a foul.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. And the first one drops. Randall's checked in for the Timberwolves. Spurs also with the sub. Harper's checked in. And so he hits both. San Antonio leading by 11. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the first. Back to Castle, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Now, here's Reed. It's good, he scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. San Antonio's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Here's Cornette. Pass to Johnson. In the corner, Castle with it. Julius Randle with the rebound. Here's Highland. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Spins. Here's Johnson. Scores off the spin.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Back to the action in just a minute. And we welcome you back to Game 4 on 2K Sports. And guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
Greg, you think about the value of those sage veterans on a team, guys that been around the block, played a lot of years. Why are they so important?
Well, a lot of times they'll echo the message of the head coach. And I tell you what, it's also, as a coach, you love having those veteran players because you can trust what they're going to do on the floor. That consistency is really important, not just for the coaches, but the teammates.
Here's Harper, following the basket by Julius Randle. Johnson outside. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Reed. Clark outside and stolen by Barnes. Pass to Castle. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Here's Randall. Outside, Reed. And here is Barnes. Here's Cornette. He's defended by Randall. Here's Castle. Offline with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 8. Pass to Highland. Here's Reed. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's Barnes. Here's Castle. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Castle's got 6 points.
I love that basket from Castle. Heady play from the rookie.
Reed with a screen on Harper. Here's Highland. No good on the triple. Spurs leading by 8. To the wing on the left. Fires the 3. Harper's shot's good.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Highland passes to Dosunmu. With the shot. Oh, that's blocked. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Pass to Castle. Here's Johnson. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
Now here's Dosunmu. Shoots a fader, and the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Reed. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Minnesota making some changes. Shannon's checked in, and Anthony Edwards subbed in for Highland. Then for the Spurs, Olynyk, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Vassell comes in for Johnson, and it's Fox in for Harper. San Antonio with the ball. Barnes outside. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. 5 on the clock. Vassell kicks to Barnes. Over Randall. Barnes can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 11. Edwards passes to Shannon. Here's Reed. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Give a good player a good look, and you know what the outcome will be.
And it's Fox with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Vassell outside. Olynyk sets a screen for Vassell. Off target from three-point range.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
Spurs leading by 7. Fox feeling it out a bit. Olynyk sets a screen for Vassell. Barnes outside. That shot misses. Randall with some nice D. And here's Edwards from the arc. Barnes grabs the miss.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Fox. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Pass to Edwards. Anthony Edwards hammers it home.
Flying high. Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Vassell right side, trying to get something going. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Spurs leading by 5. Pass to Olynyk. Now here's Fox. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and he lays it up and in. Fox has got 8.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Outside, Edwards. For 3, Edwards nails it.
And this is big for Edwards' confidence, wanting to keep hitting from downtown and stretching that defense.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Benyama, he's checked in for the Spurs. Harper comes in for Stephon Castle. Harper with the ball. Picked up by Edwards. Pass to Wembanyama. Oh, three ball. Wembanyama.
And a monster game for Wemby. With the matchup issues he creates, I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Here's Edwards. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Maybe the most hyped teenager since LeBron James. Wembanyama is the poster child for upside.
The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Throw good, Wembanyama.
I tip my hat to Victor. Came into this league with insane expectations, and he's embraced the pressure and met those expectations thus far.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Olynyk, he's checked in for San Antonio. And so he makes both from the line.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. The Spurs last season acquiring De'Aaron Fox. He said what this team struggled with are the things that I bring. Self-creation, being able to touch the paint, getting into the teeth of the defense and collapsing it. And regardless of how well I'm playing in a game, I still command attention. My guys never just leave me. Guys?
Okay, Allie, we thank you.
And Gobert showing how much he wanted that basket.
Wembanyama passes to Harper. Wembanyama, a screen on it. Harper, no good. Timberwolves trail by 7. It's Edwards on the wing. And finished off by Edwards.
Man, what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Vassell outside. Harper against Edwards. Shot clock at 5. Fires for 3. Harper, no good. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And when you talk about Dylan Harper, Greg, just how impressive is his skill set?
A tall guard with incredible handles and elite elusivity. He already has an impressive command of the pick and roll. Harper, I believe, is primed to be a special player in this league.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Timberwolves trail by 7. Conley with it. Still yet to score. Gobert dishes to Conley. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Reed. And a miss there on the triple. Spurs leading by 7. Down low. That's good from Fox on the assist by Vassell. Fox has got 10 points in the game.
The defense looking helpless to stop Fox. This guy fears no one.
Pass to Edwards. Edwards loves it in there.
Well, you see the size and the strength and that ability inside. Edwards can play like a power forward at times.
Fox, no good. Minnesota's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Now here is Conley. Over to the wing. McDaniels up top, covered by Vassell. A shot by McDaniels, no good. The Spurs have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Olynyk inside. Gobert on him. The kick out to Fox. Over Conley. Will not go. This is off the front iron. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Fox passes to Olynyk. Edwards against Harper. Takes a step back. The kick out to Fox. Drills the three-pointer. 13 points in the game.
A smooth-looking three-point shot. I think Fox is feeling it.
Outside Edwards. 34 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And the wide-open shot from Reed. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Vassell, the pass to Harper. Outside, Fox. He gets it in there. And now a 10-point San Antonio lead.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And that concludes the first half. Spurs lead by 10. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Hello and welcome. And here in Game 4, you couldn't have drawn up a better first half for the San Antonio Spurs.
Smooth operation. I wish every team played this intelligently.
Yeah, if you look at the shots they're getting, they obviously had a game plan coming in, Shaq.
Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. When you think about the series, Shaq, do they need to win this game?
Yes, Ernie, if they lose this one, they are in a serious hole. I'd even call it a Shaq-size hole.
Well, those Shaq-size holes are hard to get out of. But seriously, I call this a must-win, Ernie. I mean, you can't afford to fall too far behind in the playoffs.
A crucial game for sure. We'll see how it plays out. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And we welcome you back to 2K Sports coverage of the Western Conference Semifinals. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. It's a 10-point game. Gobert with a screen on Castle. Here's Edwards. And good that time. Edwards got the first bucket of the third here for the Timberwolves.
It's simple, guys. Keep getting Edwards the ball and just let Ant cook.
Conley against Fox. Over Conley. And that one comes up a bit short. The Timberwolves shooting for the game at 42%. Oh, the lob to Gobert. Rebound, San Antonio.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
A three from Wembanyama. Anthony Edwards with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Outside for Randall. And it's off from three-point range. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for the Spurs. They're leading by 8. Fox passes to Wembanyama. They double-team Wembanyama. 6 to shoot. Wembanyama sets a screen for Vassell. And he comes up with the deuce. Vassell's got his second basket of the game.
And that high release point really helps Vassell in that mid-range area.
Randall outside. Back to Conley. Outside Edwards. Over Castle. That one's good. The San Antonio leaders kept back down to 8 points. They needed that one from Edwards.
Man, that's what they're looking for from Edwards. Scoring from all areas of the court. Even mid-range keeps the defense honest. And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Edwards against Castle. Edwards no good. Spurs leading by 11. Pass to Castle. On the wing, Fox. He's defended by Randall. Wembanyama fighting for it.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Castle. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Spurs leading by 13. Pass to Vassell. Here's Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
It's the speed of the Aaron Fox that is just so tough to match.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And here's Randall. Here's Edwards. Outside Conley. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Wembanyama against Gobert. Back to Wembanyama. Clock at 6. Over Gobert. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 15. Edwards kicks to Conley. Randall from outside. Rebounded by Castle. Castle's got his 4th rebound in this one. A pass to Fox. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. Wembanyama against Gobert. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got 13 rebounds in the game. Conceded. And Randall throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
Back to Fox. Lets it go with the 3. San Antonio again missing. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trailing by 13. Randall right side. And stolen by Castle. For the finish. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Smart bucket by Castle. Get out and run.
McDaniels outside. Back to Conley. Pass to Randall. Here is Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. Buries it down low. Edwards got 19 points.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
Elbow shot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And the Spurs lead by 15.
And Fox can hurt you from there, especially when he's shooting with confidence.
And the speed of De'Aaron Fox. Wow. GA, he gets up the court in a hurry.
And you combine his water bug quickness with the towering size of Wembanyama. It's a 1-2 punch that promises to confound opponents for years to come.
Edwards passes to Conley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Ball stolen. Castle on the wing to the middle. Wembanyama banked in off the glass. Wembanyama has got 7 points here in this quarter. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Spurs?
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
Castle misses. Timberwolves trail by 17. Outside Conley. McDaniels outside. Pass to Gobert. Clock at 4. From about 19 feet. Rebounded by the Spurs. Castle's got 5 rebounds tonight. Vassell against McDaniel. It's stolen by Gobert. Pass to McDaniels. Outside Conley. Now here's Randall. McDaniels right side. Another miss by Minnesota. Here's San Antonio now. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Castle. Back to Fox. a shot off that time. Timberwolves trail by 17. Edwards with it. Now guarded by Fox. Pass to Randall. Randall is doubled. Outside Conley. Gobert with a screen on Castle. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. Here's San Antonio. They're on a 15-6 run. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
They say the vertical is where Castle lacks a bit. Show me where it lacked there.
Clark sets a screen for Highland. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Spurs leading by 19. Outside Harper. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama. A screen on Clark. Here's Wembanyama. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Wembanyama has got 10 points here in the second half.
And Wembanyama's ability to pick and pop from anywhere on the floor puts defenders on their heels.
From past the arc. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Here's Johnson. And that one drops for him. And that's now 6 points for Keldon Johnson.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
They've played fantastic ball, and you can feel the hush that's come over this crowd.
Island finds Reed. 6 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Here's Shannon. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Shannon's got his second bucket of the night. 1:02 left to play here in the third. Clark against Johnson. Wembanyama sets a screen for Johnson. Off target from the wing. Timberwolves shooting a meager 37% for the game. Highland against Harper. Clark with a wide open look. And he's on the money with his first shot today. Clark's got his first basket.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. For Minnesota, they have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. And that one falls for Clark. The Spurs making a switch here. He doesn't get the second one. Vassell outside. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Horrible mistake right there. You hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. Right back after this break. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Vassell, the pass to Cornette. Now Fox. For the three. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 11 rebounds in the game. Randall outside. There's the triple. Sinks the three-pointer. Randall's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Timberwolves. Pass to Cornette. Vassell against Clark. Back to Cornette. Stolen by Reed. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
With or without the ball, Randall moves so well for a big.
Poked away. Cornette kicks to Fox. Got it. Good job in the low post. Fox has got 21.
Oh, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Randall finds Reed. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. First one falls for him. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Shannon's checked in. Both free throws good from Reed. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Vassell, the pass to Cornette. Now Fox. Plays it up and banks it in. 23 points in the game.
He's having one of those nights. Fox just filling it up.
Dosunmu up top. He's guarded by Harper. Here's Randall. The rebound by the Spurs. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Fox passes to Barnes. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 4 assists now tonight.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Randall finds Dosunmu. Back to Randall. 5 to shoot. And Reed throws it down.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. And it's Fox with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. 15-point game. And he uses the glass on the layup. Fox has got 6 here in this quarter.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Randall surveying the D. Pass to Dosunmu. From outside, off the mark. San Antonio leading by 17. Takes the 13-footer. Barnes can't get it to go. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Randall no good. Spurs have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Shot on the wing, and he gets the bucket. Randall's got 10 points here in the second half. And so it's San Antonio with it. They lead by 17. Now, here's Fox. He can't get it to go. Barnes against Randall. Randall is doubled. Back to Highland. That three off the mark. Spurs leading by 17. Outside, Fox. Vassell, a screen on Highland. Here's Fox. Minnesota with the rebound. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Randall outside. Randall is doubled. Here's Shannon. Good on the triple.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
And so it's Mitch Johnson calling timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle. He encouraged them to keep on the pressure, saying, you guys are forcing a lot of turnovers, and it's because you're communicating and working together as a unit. Keep it up. Defense is clearly a priority.
Thank you once again, Allie. Here's Castle. Pass to Johnson. Stolen by McDaniels. To the paint, here's Randall, and here's Gobert. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Conley, the pass to Randall. Over Harper. That's short off the rim. Spurs leading by 14. Pass to Wembanyama. Harper against Conley. Harper's shot's good.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Randall dishes to Gobert. Conley feeling it out. Now here's Randall. McDaniels outside. 6 to shoot. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Castle. Pass to Wembanyama. McDaniels against Johnson. Wembanyama sets a screen for Johnson. It's stolen by Gobert. McDaniels in the post. He's guarded by Johnson. McDaniels kicks to Randall. Randall is doubled. Over in the corner, Edwards. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
I'm sure they wish they made this run sooner, but they've still got time to come away and steal this one.
Wembanyama against Gobert. Wembanyama, right side. That shot is off. Minnesota with the ball. String it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. And Wembanyama with the flush.
So fluid off the bounce. Wembanyama.
Harper against Conley. McDaniels gets a wide open look. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. To the inside, here's Champagnie.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole. Even though it didn't go down, they'll take that shot every time.
On the wing, Johnson. McDaniels defending. Castle against Edwards. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. No good on the three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Conley. And it's Harper with the rebound. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That is his first foul of the game. And the Spurs with some changes. Vassell, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Fox in for Harper. Spurs leading by 14.
Stay here.
Vassell outside. Pass to Champagny. To the middle. Wembanyama. Count it. Nails it from 14.
Showing he's more than just an interior threat. Wembanyama also possesses that reliable jump shot.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Some players rise to the occasion in the playoff spotlight, and some wilt under it. We know which type he is. What a stunning night for him. Fox against Conley. Now Gobert. Now Randle. Shot clock at 6. Outside Edwards. Shoots the three. A three-pointer. Good.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
Fox against Conley. Castle fires. The three is off. Timberwolves trail by 13. Now Edwards. That one drops. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Fox. Strong move off the glass.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Castle against Edwards. 1:39 left here in the fourth quarter. And he misses the J. Outside Vassell. And get the three. The Timberwolves shooting 41% for the game. Edwards inside. Ooh, sweet move inside from Edwards.
And even when under duress, Edwards stays calm, which is what allows him to still score. on tough defense.
Outside, Fox. And he drives in, lays it in off the window.
And entering the final countdown, Game 4 effectively decided here, guys. This is just a tremendous accomplishment for the Spurs.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Victor Wembanyama.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
Edwards with the rebound.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, they fought as hard as they could. Just wasn't in the cards tonight.
And here is Vassell. And so it's San Antonio, easily taking this one. And now they're sitting on a commanding 3-1 lead. They've grabbed this series by the throat, Greg.
And Kevin, I don't think they're going to let it go. You can see the determination they had tonight. They don't want to drag this series out. They want to get this thing over with.
Well, that'll do it, folks. Glad you could join us for the Western Conference Semifinals. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and along with Allie LaForce on the sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's NBA coverage. And now we present the player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.